day to day has completely changed. We're just figuring it out.
Hi, I'm gonna make up so soon.
Just get used to chilling in it. I feel like every mom can relate.
Look, mom and dad, I love each other.
Oh my goodness!
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing super duper well. It occurred to me when I was answering some questions on Instagram stories that... Hi, honey. We're not gonna be able to vlog in here, are we, baby? Annie is still in the phase of loving tummy time and being active, but frustrated that she can't move a ton of places. So usually when we come into the nursery after feed and things, we usually just vibe. I usually sip my water, I usually have my breakfast, and we sit, we have some background noise on the hatch, and it's just serene. But unfortunately, if I talk, she realizes I'm there, and how dare I let her play by herself if I'm in the room, you know? Also, I was going to brush my hair before turning on the camera, but I was like, no, this is a day in the life. You gotta show them exactly what your day actually does look like, and this is it. But it occurred to me to do an updated one of these because I think the first true day in the life vlog where I actually describe like what I'm doing throughout the day, I think she was 2 months old, 3 months maybe. I can't remember. I'll leave it down below because that was extremely chaotic and realistic in itself. Anyway, it's a good one if you guys are in the thick of like 2 months to 3 months ish and you're wondering what our day looks like. Then I'll leave that link down below. But if you're new here, hello. Annie is now 5 and some change months. I work from home part-time and my hours are pretty flexible and I'm very grateful for that. And my husband Jack works from home but full-time. So just going throughout the months, we've just tried to figure out how best to structure our days around what we need to do in the day and also having her at home. We don't currently have any childcare. I can imagine that changing when she gets definitely a little bit older. We're just figuring it out, and welcome to a day in our life given all of those things. Since the last day in our life video, I think a few things have shifted specifically in the morning. One, Annie, I would say officially no longer wakes up in the middle of the night to feed. 5 a.m. is the middle of the night for me, so that's what I would constitute as like still a nighttime feed. She doesn't even wake up at 5 a.m. anymore. For a solid maybe 2 weeks or so, she has started stirring around 6:30, but you know, we all kind of stir around the early morning and she's no different. She kind of goes back to sleep and so we kind of go back to sleep, and that's kind of on and off until about like between 7 and 7:30. What do you need? There's also this one. She's very much into crinkle books right now and a few teething toys. My Amazon store has a section of all the toys she's obsessed with right now, so that's always linked down below. Anyway, that's an update on sleep, which is kind of crazy. But there are two things that we have solidified into our mornings that just really can make or break a day. For me personally, who watches Annie for the vast majority of the daytime. One is that Jack, when it's officially time to get up, when Annie has told us that it is officially time to get up and out of her bassinet, Jack gets up with her just to do a slow little wake up, a diaper change, maybe play a little bit, snuggle a little bit, open the blinds. Like, they do their whole morning routine. But that gives mama just a little bit extra time in bed to wake up myself, maybe get a few more Z's in there before she's like, okay, I'm starving, like I need food. That's when I come out, we feed, and the second thing that is just so incredibly helpful to just make the mornings feel a lot more peaceful and put together for me is that when I'm feeding, Jack is making me breakfast, and I have the same breakfast every single morning. I have oatmeal, which is just Kirkland brand from Costco, just steel cut plain oats. Jack makes that with almond milk. What else does he make it with? He salts it when he makes it, cuts up a banana, puts some peanut butter on top, cinnamon, and we're all good to go. But just those two things that he can do for me before our day gets started, trying to balance her, our work, eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, making sure that we're fed, that she's fed. Those just two things to start off the morning for me really make the world of a difference. Something crazy about today in particular though. What's the date, Annie Benini? Thursday, April 4th. April. That is spring, and we woke up here in Maine to this situation. It doesn't look that crazy, I guess, on camera, but you can see it's still snowing. The incredibly aggressive winds have not let the snow settle on some parts of our lawn, but we're in the zone of getting like 12 inches of snow or something. So it literally feels like winter. I've got my quintessential sweatshirt that you guys see me wear all the time. It's so comfy. And then if you guys are looking for like a no fuss jogger, it just kind of fits really well. You know, cinches at the ankle, has a couple basic colors, a nice kind of thick waistband around here, but not too tight, and is not fleece lined, like it's a sweatshirt material. It's like this material inside. It's not like full on fleece, if that makes sense. These ones. I'm gonna get another pair. I think they're on sale for like $15 or something right now. I'll leave them linked down below. I get the vast majority of my comfy clothes from Aerie, but it is currently 8:56. I think they got out of bed. I'll double check with Jack around like 7:30 maybe. And her wake windows currently are about 2 hours. We try to kind of stretch it, you know, here and there to just gauge whether she's extending them or not. But then she'll go down at around the 2-hour mark. And that's when I try to get as much work done as possible, is when she goes down for naps throughout the day.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
The length of her naps is kind of wishy-washy at this point. It used to be like, yep, 2 hours, or at least like an hour 30 to 2 hours pretty consistently, especially for the first nap. Especially for the first nap, it's like her best nap. But she has surprised us recently with like 1 hour naps, or maybe even a 45-minute nap. The point being is I have no idea really how much time I have to get work done in this little window before she wakes up again. Now it's time to wash my face, brush my hair so I feel a little bit more put together. And let's bang some stuff out.
Forever, forever. I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help but feeling, I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay
for about an hour and a half now, which is awesome. And I just checked the monitor and she is still snoozling. I don't know if this is like an actual thing, but I find that she naps really good on like rainy or snowy days, like cozy, comfy days like that. I made that mental note. Have you found the same thing, or have you like not noticed it?
I find that I also try to sleep on rainy, snowy days. But
Same.
Annie has other plans.
I would like to sleep on random snowy and rainy days for sure.
She does that. She really.
Let's play hooky.
It's so warm in that bedroom.
Or it's like cool and she gets like really cozy.
I
in
think
her,
that's
like,
what it is. It's perfect.
But because of the weather today, my therapy appointment was canceled. So you guys get to be my therapist today. Where do I even start? I have observed recently, like this has been going on for a while, but I specifically observed it recently. A lot of the moments where I feel very overwhelmed or stressed or things that might spiral me down into my depressive state have to do with being overwhelmed with my daily to-do list, and my daily tasks are just things that are swirling in my head, and how to balance it all, which I know is a really normal and very relatable thing for a lot of new parents. You all of a sudden have this being that pretty much depends on you for nearly everything, and even though you so badly wanted this experience and this person and you wouldn't have it any other way, it's really tough because overnight, literally overnight, your life has completely changed and your day-to-day has completely changed. But it's almost like you're expected, or you put that expectation on yourself, that you need to operate at the same caliber, or you need to be as productive in the different areas of your life that you were before, except now you have this massive addition that requires a ton of productivity and tasks within itself. So because that shift was just so seemingly overnight, it's been very difficult to recognize that she is an addition that takes away from the other areas of life, but also that that is okay, and that it's a welcomed priority in our lives, and things do need to shift around that new, very big priority. But by now, you guys might know, oh my gosh, my hair, it's just falling out. Also an update on that. I feel like it's getting a little bit better. I'll go into that probably in this vlog, but anyway, I'm making a mental note, sticking a pin in it, and we will come back to that. You guys have probably observed by now that I am I would say a type A, pretty much, yep. I think I could agree with that. And so before Annie and now during Annie especially, my lists are my like lifeline. Like if I don't make a list before heading into a very chaotic day or just my day to day, I just feel like I'm floating and just trying to grasp at different things that I think I should be doing given everything else that I have in my head. So lists are very important. However, they can also be a big point of stress for me because I find that obviously I can't control how long she naps for, and hence I can't control how much time I have in between caring for her throughout the day and being with her to get work done or to get things that I want to get done. And so because I don't know how much time I have and I just have my list that I want to check things off on and run through, I've found that if it gets to midday or if it gets to at the end of her first nap, if I didn't get as much done as I expected to or as I wanted to, it definitely starts to overwhelm me, and my brain goes to the fact that I'll never get the whole list done today and I am just not productive, and how am I supposed to balance all of this and all of this stuff? It just like kind of spirals out of control. But there are a few things that I have shifted in my brain the last couple of days that have honestly helped so much. So I thought I would share in case any of this is relatable, but also in case you want to try these own mental shifts if you relate to this feeling of overwhelm that I'm experiencing. One is a concrete practical shift that I've done. So when I look at my list, it is categorized into 3 or 4 different categories for me in my days. So one is work. I, like I mentioned, am a part-time contract hourly worker, and I work in marketing. vlogging. I don't know if I've probably mentioned that before, but I work in marketing and social media and content creation for a company, which is fantastic because that's literally what I already do here. But I have that list that I need to get done throughout the day. I've got my own social media list, so vlogging, Instagram, all of the things that I want to keep up on because I love it. And then I usually have a life list. So whether that is I need to do some laundry, or we need to fold clothes or pick up or do taxes, like literally anything having to do with like our life, a crock pot meal, like anything like that. And so before, I would just set out and try to get all of my work list done within her first nap, but obviously that very rarely actually happens. And then I find that because throughout her naps I'm just trying to get all of that work list done, I really struggle with fitting in the social media aspect of things, which makes me feel very unbalanced. It makes me feel like I'm not leaving time for the thing that I love to do. And I feel the most balanced when I'm able to spend time doing that stuff, spend quality time with her throughout the day, and knock out my work stuff. So a very practical shift that I've made is looking at my work tasks, and because I am so fortunate and lucky that all of these things can be done pretty much very, very flexibly throughout the day, I instead for her first nap look at the work things that are a priority for that morning. Like what actually needs to be done within that morning, or what do I actually need to knock out in the morning, because a lot of that other stuff could probably wait until the evening when Jack is off and he takes Annie, you know? So really looking at the list instead of looking at it as all of it just needs to get done. It's more what actually needs to get done in that moment. Looking at them, what is the priority, and attacking that accordingly. That moves into the second concrete thing that has really helped, is that by only knocking out the priority items on the work list during her second nap, I can really dive into all of my social media. Before, I would just dive back into the work list just to try to get all of that out, and my social media stuff would suffer, which would make me sad. But now, for the last few days, I've been able to, when I revisit my desk when she goes down for a second nap, I've been able to know that that is dedicated to my social media stuff. So that's been really nice. And it's definitely felt a little more balanced. And those two, like, practical mental shifts of things have really helped with me being able to stay more present when she wakes up from her naps and when I'm hanging out with her, instead of worrying about the fact that I didn't get what I needed to get done, when it's like, did you really though? Did you really have to get it done at 10 a.m. or did you have to get it done by 11 a.m.? When most of the time, no, you didn't. You can do it later. And it has helped a lot with my mental space because I do care for her throughout the majority of the daytime, and I really want to be present with that, and I want to be there with her in the way that I want to show up for her. I feel like if you have a similar setup to us, whether you're working part-time or you're working full-time from home and you're trying to balance it all, that has really helped. Just prioritizing and really truly asking yourself what the priority of your list actually is has really, really, really helped with how I mentally handle my list in the day. Had to share that. I like dino jammies, honey. I love those dino jammies you got on. If she doesn't wake after about like 2 hours or so, we still personally wake her. It's just something that helps us know that she's getting enough food in the day, and it works for all three of us. I know parents are different on that. Some people let their baby snooze for as long as they'll snooze, which is awesome. Also, with how her wake windows are shaping up, like how long she can stay awake, if she sleeps for 2 hours or even a little bit more, that's usually around like 3 to 3.5 hours since she last ate. So it just naturally ends up being around the time she should eat anyway. Yeah, are you available for a diaper?
Hi, do we wake up so silly? Do we wake up so silly?
We woke up nice and happy.
You're beautiful. I keep you a diaper.
Leave your cloth. Cloths at every station of the house.
had a good nap.
So for this week window, it usually occurs around 12-ish, which is lunchtime for Mama Dada. Your lunch came first though. And before, she would be hanging out in her bouncer, but as you guys saw, we recently got her high chair all set up. Yes. And the reason I wanted to get it set up is so that she could just get used to chilling in it, you know, putting your cushions. And whether it was the bouncer before or now her high chair, we make sandwiches together for Mama and Dada. And we put Sophie. Freaking love Sophie, she's so cute. And her new carrot from Easter. We make sandwiches. Are you ready? Yesterday was the first day she hung out in her high chair while we made sandwiches. And I think she's kind of into the whole being more level and like watching it. But it is still a practice of patience on her part to be able to sit this long. Ready? You know the drill. Bread, turkey-lurk, turkey, provolone cheese. What else, baby? What else? Tell me. Correct. Mayonnaise, red pepper relish, some banana peppers, mustard, leftover lettuce shreds from Taco Tuesday. Pop these breads in the toaster to heat them up a little bit. All right, while the bread toasts, what do? We get our plates and our knife. Two plates, and one knife. Oh no, Sophie! Yeah. Say our bread is ready. All right, girl, countdown's on. Mayonnaise, probably good for both of those sides. Mustard, one slice on Mommy's sandwich, one slice on Daddy's sandwich. Red pepper relish. We are all relished out, girl. And it's time for the Turks. Girl, we're rounding the corner. You're doing so good. Pickles. Now we do the hot pepper rings. Hi, honey. You're doing so good. Oh, did you drop your carrot? Time for the lettuce. Salt. Onion powder. Yeah, onion powder. And garlic powder. Yum. Good job making sandwiches, girl. That's such a good sandwich. She's like, Sophie or sandwich? Sophie, oh, chose the sandwich. How about a carrot instead? Yes. Now, Miss Ma'am is chilling on her mat. We've got a bunch of toys around her for when she rolls over and finds them. If you guys follow on Instagram, you guys know that we are in the process of culturing her. She's gonna be very cultured. How are we culturing you? By putting on High School Musical videos. There's a playlist on YouTube and it's called High School Musical, all songs in order. So it starts off with the start of something new song and it goes through all the other songs in the series. Gotta make sure our girl knows the High School Musical songs. And just having that on in the background, sometimes she'll roll over and look at it, but sue me. It's mostly on in the background while she gets to play with her toys, do tummy time, roll around, and she also likes watching me eat my sandwich. This girl is very interested in everything that I am eating. So between me eating, the music, and her toys, Mom gets to have some lunch.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night.
It's about 2:15. Annie's just settling down for her nap, getting all comfy. Normally we have cold brew around this time for like afternoon coffee time, but we don't have any today. We gotta make some. That takes some time to like steep, so no better day honestly to do hot coffee for afternoon coffee than today on a blizzardy day.
darling.
And now this is where I abandon any work tasks that I didn't get done in the morning because I got all of the more pressing things done in the morning. And then I know that I can revisit those later in the evening when Jack is off of work and he has Annie. So this is when I make sure that I focus more so on my social media stuff that I love to do. So whether that's editing a vlog, which I'm filming now, so I could edit the beginning of the vlog, if I planned to post on Instagram, getting that photo prepped, writing the caption, etc. If there's a reel that I've been wanting to edit, if it takes a little bit more editing outside the app, I would do that here too. And I think today I filmed a little short video within TikTok actually. If I'm doing little trends or something like that, I actually end up filming them in TikTok because they have like a lot more sounds, or it's just a lot easier to find sounds within TikTok and like make things in there. But instead of posting to TikTok, I end up just downloading it from that platform to post on Instagram. I find that I love consuming TikTok almost to a fault. It's definitely a guilty pleasure. I should probably get off of that app, but I do not want a presence like at all on that app anymore. I find it toxic. It's very dramatic. There's so much drama over there, and I feel like Instagram Reels is just a lot more random. Like there's not as much like chaos going on it. I don't know. If you guys post to TikTok or like know what I'm talking about, just like being a consumer of TikTok, let me know. I just find that that app is a lot more toxic. However, I do like creating more in there than I do on the other platforms. I'll bang some stuff out now, and then we'll see when she wakes up. Guess who woke up after just about 45 minutes of their nap? Davis girl! So I got a post done. I uploaded a post and I replied to some comments, and that's about all that we had time for. That's about all that we had time for. Yeah. But she woke up in a very silly, goofy mood. So I thought that the stars might align for her 5-month photos. I feel like we just took her 4-month photos and now we are taking her 5-month photos, which is crazy. To be fair, I don't really do them at the same time every month. I just do them within the month, within the 4th month and within the 5th month, you know? But I like to line up the monthly photos with like jammies that we really liked during that stage. So the last one I had those Old Navy jammies that I actually got in 2 different sizes so that I could continue having her in them. And this time she's wearing these dino jammies that Nana got her. They're from the brand Colored Organics and they've got pink dinosaurs all over them. And they are definitely some of my favorite jammies of hers that fit her right now. And they go really well with her pink little sweater. So you want to see if you'll smile for some pictures? I think she might. I think she might do it. Ready? You're already so cute. Okay. Ready? Hi. Hi, honey. Come here. Oh. Hi. Are we all done? Let's take it off. All better. I feel like every mom can relate, and if you thought you were alone in that half of the photos that you get for milestone photos are not happy and smiley, and then you might get one smile picture. You guys, I have to show you. I don't know if she'll do it again. Just love every tissue box. Last week she was not interested in it, but look. Grab it. Yay! Let's do another one. Gotta act fast. Oh my goodness! Good job!
Thank you for your patience.
Hi, baby.
Dad is here.
And that is my cue.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah.
Look, Mom and Dad, I love each other. I wonder when she's gonna be like, no, Mom.
Oh, do you see Dada?
Are you a silly bitty? Are you just so happy? You're so silly. Yeah. Hi, beautiful. You look so much like Mama today.
Don't get me
crazy.
around 5:15 to feed her.
All right.
And this is where we switcheroo. Mwah.
That's right. So I
Love
left
you
off
both.
at this place in the PowerPoint.
Okay, yeah, let me get on
that.
your work instead of mine. I just made the smoothie as a snack, and it reminded me that I wanted to tell you about the things that I've been doing for my postpartum hair loss situation. So I have this smoothie probably like 3 to 4 times a week. And I know I've shared it a bunch on Instagram, but what it is any frozen fruit, whatever blend is your favorite. I like to add a green like kale, some yogurt, just plain Greek yogurt for a creaminess, honey for sweetness, sometimes peanut butter, sometimes not. But the main reason for it is to sneak in these collagen vital proteins, and you barely, if at all, taste it. And I've had great success with that when I'm not experiencing a ton of hair loss, just with thickening my hair. And then I also switched shampoos recently. I'll put a picture of what I'm using right now. I got them off Amazon. They are very affordable compared to a lot of different hair loss or hair growth shampoos. And this shampoo specifically has collagen and biotin in it. And I have to say, it could be a complete coincidence. I'm still losing hair for sure, but it's just not at the insane rate that it was before. I've definitely seen a big decrease in the amount that I'm losing, but if anything, this stuff will just help with the regrowth process whenever I get there. Something else that Jack and I just recently added into our everyday as a very intentional change is that at 4 p.m. he either signs off of work or he checks in with me and lets me know that he's like sending a last email or whatever, because he'll start work anywhere between like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and by signing off at 4, he might have a few extra things to do when she goes down for her last nap or something, but that gives us both a stopping point and in my head a point where if I haven't gotten as much as I would have liked to get done in the day, work related or social media related or life related, I have the 4 p.m. checkpoint like in my mind that I will get the opportunity to go back to banging out stuff that I might need to or want to. It sounds really simple and it sounds like really straightforward, but I would almost put it in the category of when people say, you know, communication is key in a relationship, and it's like, well, duh, but it actually in practice is something that doesn't seem very obvious, but when you implement it or work on it, it actually makes a huge difference. So before, we didn't really have a set stop sign off type of time, and so I found that I was caring for Annie, like bleeding into the evenings as well, and really truly not knowing if I would be able to return back to the stuff that I wanted to bang out, which just overall contributed to that overwhelmed feeling or not feeling like I was balancing different aspects of my life, including her, throughout the day. So that's been really nice, and that's what you guys just saw. Came in around like 4:20, 4:30 or so, and she's approaching the 2-ish hour mark. When did she wake up? Basically, I'm just waiting until it's been a couple hours since she last fed, and then I'll feed her again before she goes down for her last nap of the day. So far, she's gotten about 2 hours, 45 minutes of day sleep today, of nap time. And for us personally, for her age right now, she ranges about 3 to 4 hours of nap time a day. So she's got a perfect little time frame for a last nap. And as far as the feedings go, we end up backing into an official last feed of the night at 7:30. So that's kind of how the sleep and the feeds end up in the late afternoon. I know as a new mom trying to make a schedule or just wondering where to even start, or if you're wondering what other moms are doing, like the feeds and the sleep can get really jumbled. It can just feel kind of complicated. So if you have any questions specifically about what we do with the feedings and the sleep and stuff, leave them below. But that's just kind of like a general gist of what you guys are seeing today.
How did the big splash? That was huge.
Nice splashes, baby.
Big splash, boo-boo.
Something else that has also changed, I would say in the last like month or 2 months, maybe just month or so, we pretty consistently will do a bath around 7, which is about half an hour before she eats her like last official feed. We find that by the end of the day, she's pretty much over it. She gets a little cranky, a little tired, but she loves her baths. So it's just a really great way to end her day, to end it with her. And between getting the sink ready, her jammies ready, doing the bath, drying her, putting her in her jammies, that'll take us to 7:30. While she was down for that last nap, Jack put together our dinner. Oh my gosh, girl, I got splashed. Jack put together our dinner. Tonight we're having lasagna soup. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. We've also started pretty consistently eating when she goes down for bed. For a long time there, Jack and I would just trade off eating while the other person was watching her, or we would both eat like in the nursery while she was playing, or like while she was playing on her mat. But we found that if we can hold off until after she's down, it's just a really nice way to end the day together, to eat a meal together, to watch a show together. So that's what we try to do. We try to prep dinner so that it's ready for when she ends up going down. Oh! A big splash! Oh, you're winding up! Oh! Now, while we consume this delicious lasagna soup, we put on a show. Our show that we're watching together. One, we watch Vanderpump Rules every Wednesday, but that comes out like 1 episode at a time. But we also watch, what is it called? Cruel Summer?
Hot Cruel Summer.
Hot Cruel Summer. We call it Hot Cruel Summer because Hot Cruel Summer, but it's called Cruel Summer. It's a very good show. This is also where if we had to pump out anything extra or lingering for work, sometimes we would do it at the end of the night. It's not ideal because the best time spent during this time is to relax because our day was just so go, go, go. But I think I'm just gonna relax tonight. How about you?
That sounds good.
Okay, sounds good. Anyways, my friends, thank you for coming along on a day in our lives. I really appreciate it. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure to do so down below because we upload videos like these every single week. Instagram is also linked down below in case you want to follow along for more real-time updates. I love you all so much, and I will catch you in the next one, my friends. We'll see you later. Bye!
Bye.